What up, YouTube? Frisky Dingo here, getting back with you guys with another reaction slash review video. Today we're looking at Nikocado Avocado, the great saga of him killing himself. Last couple of days, well, actually last couple of weekends, I've been able to basically get a catch up on his YouTube. I remember it was about a year ago when people were telling me about Nikocado Avocado and his mukbangs. It was pretty much around the same era when I first found out about Be Love and, you know, her entire mukbang series. So honestly speaking, you know, even when I see videos like that, it doesn't surprise me. People want to blame a lot of the times the audience, but it's really not the audience. It's just the person that's, you know, doing such activities to hurt themselves or destroy themselves. And that's pretty much what that is. You know, he was pretty much a regular person at one point, you know, making regular videos. He noticed he wasn't getting the attraction that he wanted, so he started doing something that ended up getting him the views. I can't honestly blame him for something like that, especially, you know, we live in a post-sexualized era when it comes to the internet. Unless you're like, you know, a girl, you know, that's showing her body, or like, you know, clickbaiting people with body pics on Twitter so that you could get people on Twitch, so that you could get people on YouTube. Like, that's the current meta right now for gaining attraction. For most men, they don't really fall underneath that parameter. And for the last 5 years, most of the more famous YouTubers who became really big and famous were sexualized people. So at the end of the day, it doesn't surprise me that, you know, this is what he does, you know, to get his views and do what he has to do. It doesn't surprise me at all. I think it's very unfortunate, honestly, especially when we live in the era where, you know, a person like him just can't be a regular person and still get views. Like, that's the most unfortunate part about it. And then just watching him with, you know, being hooked up to a machine, sleep apnea, you know, still participating in all these videos, even though he knows his health is in a detrimental point, is just really upsetting. And for me, I honestly can say, like, the closest I ever had, if you look at my first videos when I first started this channel, I was actually at my biggest. And this is really something I haven't really told a lot of people. Because of COVID, I gained about 30 to 40 pounds. And this was like I said, throughout the entire year. Now, usually I'm a very athletic person. I've been participating in sports since I was a child. But at this point with COVID, you know, I couldn't really help but gain weight because, one, my girlfriend was, you know, more at home now. So I was spending more time with her. And then also, you know, always eating, having money to access to food. I was still working my business, not losing any money at all. So ultimately, like, I just kept gaining weight. And the next thing I knew, this happened this year. I weighed myself and it said like 240. Now, mind you, my medium weight is like about 160, like 170. Like, for me to be 180, 85 is my perfect weight. I'm not obese. I could still breathe, all of those things. And even then, I felt it. Like, I felt the uncomfortableness. I felt, you know, when I was moving around, how heavy I was breathing. You know, even when participating in, you know, any type of extracurricular activities, I was breathing a lot, you know, just all the time. I was just very uncomfortable with myself. And especially someone who's used to be skinny all the way up until like 26, 27 years old, it did hit me a lot. And a little bit had to do with my depression also. I went through a lot of stuff in like 2017 that kind of forced me to, you know, basically delve into depression even more. It was something I was suffering since I was a child. I would always participate in sports. That's kind of what cleared my head up. But then, you know, once again, things happen and then you lose yourself. So I can say firsthand, even myself, like, I've experienced that, like, you know, not, you know, killing myself for views, but I've experienced, you know, gaining so much weight that you get to a point where you have to, like, recognize, are you going to fix this, or are you just going to continue what you're doing? And I think Nikocado Avocado is at that point where he's just going to keep doing what he's doing. And that's the honest truth. The psychology saying is that when a person gets to a certain weight that's so uncomfortable for them, they will make a decision in their head instantly that they either need to lose the weight or they're going to continue to be happy with the weight. And psychologically speaking, I got to that point and I was like, I gotta lose this weight. Like, I'm very uncomfortable. Mind you, like, my size is like a medium, like medium large, very much on the medium side. So when I have to start buying clothes in large, I realized that was ultimately the problem. You know, you look at my body frame, I put on large clothes, they're not filling in, they're just basically filling the part where my fat is, not the actual body size. So I had to make a change for myself. And if you watch my first video that I ever did on this channel about 2 months ago, it's the Joe Budden response video when he had the beef with his guys. If you look at that exact video and you see it, you'll see that that was me at my biggest. And at that point, when I made that video, I said to myself, like, I need to start losing weight. So you know what? There's two things I wanted to do. I wanted to start becoming a YouTuber, and I want to get back on track with losing my weight. And that's what ended up happening. So I did both at the same time, start uploading videos, started working out again. And now I'm about at 211 from 240. And for me personally, that's really amazing, but that's really not my goal. So I'm going to keep on pushing until I get to about 190, 185. And then, you know, I'll start doing light workouts throughout the week. But even with this Nikocado Avocado situation, it's just really upsetting to see him continue to gorge himself, continue to participate in this. It's not something that we really honestly want to see, but it's something that people want to look with their eyes. It's the same thing, like I said in my last video, with the Herman Cain Award. Like the Herman Cain Award, everybody wants to like, oh, it's bad, but at the same time, you can't remove your eyes from looking at it and getting a laugh from it. And that's basically what we're doing with Nikocado Avocado. You know, it's still, I've always said we're living in the post Honey Boo Boo era, which means that people will do humiliating stuff for views. And that's the realization, because the people who want to point and laugh are going to point and laugh. This all goes back to the Roman era or the Greek era. They called it the wine and bread era. Basically, when the civilization was so disorganized, depleted, lost everything, people started to basically put themselves in the position of the clown to make other people happy, and that kind of destroyed the Greek and Roman empires during those times, basically becoming, you know, people who just, you know, thrive off of other people's entertainment. And this is kind of what we're dealing with in this situation. So hopefully, you know, Nikocado Avocado watches this video, hears me. You know, I hope I could be an inspiration to him, because honestly, you know, even myself, if I didn't gain 200 pounds, you know, I don't know what I would do, but I experienced gaining that extra 50 to 60 pounds that makes you completely uncomfortable. And that's the realization. Like, some people need to hear like certain things so that they could get up and make those changes for themselves. And I was always one of those people, like, you know, like I always say, once you get that feeling, you have a decision in your mind. You have a decision to make instantly. Either you're going to continue to do what you're doing, or you're going to get on track. And instantly, I started working out immediately. If you watch my first video compared to right now, you'll see my entire face has slimmed down completely. But ironically, if you look at photos from me from 2017, I was skinny, like completely skinny. Like, I'm talking about, I was small to medium. So I end up getting depression, and I went from a small to medium to large. So a lot of people can understand that, you know, that's a big dip in weight completely. So yeah, so hopefully Nikocado gets some help. You know, even when you look at his original videos of him playing the violin, he looks so healthy and clean. He's going through a lot. I see on his page multiple times that he has a boyfriend. I don't think the significant other is helping. I don't think anyone is helping at this point. They see that he has multiple millions of views, and it's just going to keep going up from there. Do I believe that he's going to make a style change? Yes, I do. I do believe that he's going to make it sooner or later, when, you know, something tragic happens to his body or to himself to put him in the hospital. And that's usually what causes people to change. From his body look, it doesn't look like it'd be a hard challenge for him to lose that weight. Maybe when he drops down to that extra 100 to like 70 pounds, it's going to be a real battle, but I think he's going to be perfectly fine. He's had a good shape his entire life. It's just up until now, the last 4 to 5 years, because of the views, So let's see what happens. And, you know, once again, if he reads his response, God bless, bro. And I hope that, you know, you could get your life together and get in shape, because that's the most important thing, you know, living a long, healthy life. So I hear anything else more, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one.